Final Fantasy games have been available on video game systems for a long time. Many people play the game obediently since they are die-hard enthusiasts. If you're one of these fans who enjoys Roblox, you'll be happy to know that you can play this fantastic Final Fantasy games on the platform. Welcome to our channel, Roblox Timetable, and in this video, we'll see the top Roblox Final Fantasy games. Number 7. Final Fantasy Roblox Edition. Final Fantasy Roblox Edition is a role-playing video game. In this game, you must slice enemies all around the map, purge the land of all the evil that has plagued it, level up, defeat your opponents, and flex your ladders to the combat theme tune. This game is fairly generic because it's simply a free roam fighting game, but that doesn't matter because it's a Final Fantasy game. The game equips you with a lantern, a sword, and a bow, with a limited number of arrows. Explore the map with a one-of-a-kind environmental design. If you enjoy the series, you should play this game. Number 6. Final Fantasy Last War. Final Fantasy Last War is a fighting game in which you can morph into one of the series' 5 main characters: Vaughn, Tidus, Squall, Cloud, and Bash. This is an unending fighting game in which you will be fighting zombies and goblins wherever you go. You have access to a bazooka, bow, sniper rifle, and 2 magical swords. The NPCs are hostile, but it won't be long before you face the bosses and the king. Keep an eye out for any hazards. Number 5. Final Fantasy VII Obby. Final Fantasy VII is essentially a Final Fantasy obby in which you will fight against other players in an obby. The game is Final Fantasy inspired, and while it doesn't have much to offer, you might enjoy it because of the fighting part within an obby game. Doesn't it sound intriguing? Go have a look. Number 4. Final Fantasy VII Roleplay. Final Fantasy VII Roleplay is, as the name suggests, a role-playing Final Fantasy game. This is a really peaceful game with no objectives or chores to fulfill, and full-fledged role-playing. This game may appear boring owing to its major feature, role-play, and some players may dislike the game. You can, however, transform into any character from the Final Fantasy series. You can transform into Cloud Strife, Sephiroth, Zack, Aerith, Tifa, Genesis, and many other characters. The map is quite detailed with numerous Final Fantasy references. Number 3. Final Fantasy World. Final Fantasy World is a testing game that allows you to try out all of the franchise's primary weapons. This is another free roaming fighting game based on the Final Fantasy franchise. In the game, you'll spawn in a bad base plate with a bridge or another terrain base plate. The fighting arena is completely covered by the map. This is a fighting game in which you must murder other players. There are other morphs in the game. You have the ability to transform into Cloud Strife. Play this fantastic game right now. Number 2. Final Fantasy VI. Final Fantasy VI is a role-playing game containing many features of an RPG, such as battle and grinding. For whatever reason, the game also includes zombies, and your purpose is to kill these zombies with various weapons. You can use either a staff or a sword. The game also features a leveling system, and in order to level up, you must obtain certain stuff. In the game, you can gain gold through winning battles, which you can then use to buy stuff from the in-game store. The game is simple. Farm, grind, level up, and buy new equipment to become stronger. The staff you wield in the game allows you to perform magic, whereas the sword just allows you to fight. You can also buy armor to shield yourself from attacks. There are also several zones in the game, but you must reach a particular level to access them. Check it out because it's one of the best Final Fantasy roleplays. Number 1. Final Fantasy. This is an unending fighting game in which you will fight zombies and goblins wherever you go, with a bazooka, bow, sniper rifle, and 2 magical swords. The map is littered with hostile NPCs, but there are also large zombies. In the ultimate boss battle, you must battle both the king and the boss. You must use caution. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. Which of these games have you already played? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.